does it feel to get back in the end zone with 3 touchdowns last week?
Oh, it felt good. I expected one. I didn't know I was going to get 3, so it felt good to get in the end zone again.
Well, you guys have kind of been, with you and TK, you guys have been a really good complementary 1-2 punch. And I know that you guys, you're the X, he's the slot, but you guys can't be interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
How does that open things up with both of you guys playing at such a high level right now?
Oh, yeah, we get work together all the time in the summer, extra catches, extra work. So we got that little duo going on. And it's always good to have him on my side of the field sometimes, communicate. I'm pretty sure it's hard to guard both of us on the same side or separate sides. So it's always good to be on the field with TK.
And defensively, there are going to be some similarities between what you guys run and what Central Oklahoma runs, at least in terms of alignment. Certainly concepts may be different, but how good of a look do you think you're going to get at the nickel D that UCO will run just based on the reps you've gotten against the Emporia State #1 defense?
Oh, yeah, we have champ drive every week, you know what I'm saying? So we get a good look from them every practice. So it's always – I think our DBs are better, I ain't going to lie. But it's always good to get a little work against them, get a little better, good on good.
When you have a game, like last game, you get find the end zone 3 times. Does that maybe boost your confidence as you go ahead this week?
Oh, yeah, it's most definitely a confidence booster. I know I've been in the end zone now, so I expect it every game, so it definitely helps my confidence.
And like Blake said, similar defense to what you guys are on, but maybe, how do you what are maybe some things you see on film that they may throw at you that you might want to know going into the game this weekend?
Oh, they got some good DBs as well. They got good speed, good depth. Number 3 back there, he's a ball hawk. He's good at defending. So we definitely look at little tendencies and things that we can exploit. I'm not going to give them away right now, you know what I mean? But, yeah, they got some good DBs with good speed.
Thank you.
No problem.
Landon?
Hey, Jaylen.
Oh, Katie.
What's going on?
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you guys are off to a 3-0 start. You had some really big ranked wins. How do you guys not get too comfortable in your success and not fall into trap games?
We just try to be better than ourselves, get 1% better every day. Just work on the little things to get better. We don't really worry about like the opponents or anything. We just try to work on ourselves and get better every week.
How much fun is this offense having so far, would you say?
It's always fun to air the ball out. BG back there throwing the ball around. So we took some deep shots this year. I love deep shots, you know what I'm saying? But it's always fun to throw the ball around. Spread offense is always fun when you're a receiver.
Did you see what Tyler did week 1 and say, I got to top this?
I definitely seen what he did week 1. I said, I need to get in the end zone. You know what I mean? He had 4 touchdowns. I was like, dang, that's a lot. I need at least 1. So, yeah, it felt good to get in the end zone last weekend.
Yeah, you guys aren't just winning, but you're winning in big fashion. Have you guys had any type of group conversation like, hey, if we really pour ourselves into this can be special?
Yeah, we're just really dialed in right now trying to just have fun. I think fun is the most important part. Like, when you're having fun, you're going to play good, I feel like. So we just try to have fun and worry about the now.
Cool. That's all I got.
All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Well, Jaylen just said he likes it when you guys take big shots. How do you like it when you take big shots?
When you only got to run one play offense out there and, he scores a touchdown, that feels pretty good, especially you don't got to use any more plays out there, so it's pretty good.
Talk about the defense that you're facing with the nickel package that they'll be running as their base. Not that they won't, change things up, but, schematically compared to what you see in practice, what you saw in training camp, because you go up against the nickel defense most days against Emporia State, certainly on championship drive. How much more prepared do you feel for the nickel set they'll be running based on the defense you've been playing against?
It definitely gives you a good look of, what you're about to go against. They do things differently than our defense and things like that, but, it definitely just gives you a better understanding of what they do and, kind of why they do things when you get to see it every day in practice.
How's your arm, Braden?
It's good. It's good.
I guess Chase got some time in the second half. So I guess how does that maybe help you come off the field in a game like last week to maybe get you some rest there?
Yeah, I think it was just good for Chase to get some good reps in there, get meaningful reps and, just still run this offense. I think everybody enjoys the rest a little bit, but, at the end of the day, everybody wants to play and, you want to keep playing the whole game, so.
And also, too, how get Billy Ross back-to-back 100-yard games on the ground. How good is it to get the running game maybe going a little bit more as the season goes
It helps a lot. Definitely, some teams like to drop 8 against us and they just want to play the pass all day. And then when you got a back like Billy and Kingsley and DeAndre, the guys who can, get good yards on any play. So definitely makes my job easier when they got to, key in on the run and try to stop them.
Last year you guys went down there and they got you last year. Does that add anything, or do you kind of put that in the past and just kind of focus on this zone game?
I mean, you definitely got to put it in the past, but you also got to realize, they kind of, ruined a special season for us. Like that one game, could have cost us the playoffs. You just never know. So, you just got to, take each week as serious as the last one. It's going 1-0 each and every week, and that's our mindset.
What maybe stands out about their defense when you watch them on film?
They're just a solid group. They got high energy. They fly to the ball. They make good plays. They're sound. So we just got to be on our A game.
Next.
Braden, looking back on last game, how fun was it for you older guys to kind of take a step back in the second half and just let all the younger guys do their thing?
It's definitely fun getting to watch those guys, get some of their first college reps or, meaningful time. It's good to see those guys who put in work all summer and, day in and day out, who might not get to reap all the awards of, playing every single snap. But, seeing them get their time, it definitely means a lot.
Yeah, and then, you guys are ranked now. You're big dogs in the MIAA right now. How do you not kind of fall into trap games and get too confident in your success?
We just, stay worrying about ourselves and, just getting better each and every day. Like we have our 1% rule. We just get better each and every day. Just worry about us and what we can control and just how we can keep getting better.
What's your overall take on how the offense has been flowing so far?
It's been good, but I definitely, when you go back and watch the film after every game, there's definitely things that, you can do better. You can make throws here and there. So, it's definitely just we just got to keep going at the upward trend that we're trying to go to and just keep working.
Do you have any predictions as to who the next 3-touchdown first quarter is going to be?
I do not.
Well, what's been so special that you've been able to get guys open and scoring so much early on in games?
Yeah, a lot of it's, them just getting open, finding space, finding the grass, doing scramble drill, just being on the same page with each other. I think that goes a long ways. As much time as we put in the spring, the summer, and fall, it's just all being on the same page out there helps a lot.
I asked Jaylen something similar, but you guys aren't just winning games, but you're beating good teams pretty handedly. Is there any type of conversation like, hey, if we really dial in, we could be something special here?
Yeah, you never want to look too far ahead or, think too much of it, but, you just definitely you kind of see what you do, but, you still got to get better. There's still things that we can do to be better, and, we just can't be satisfied with what we've done. There's more to go.
Thank you, Braden.
Thank you.
All right. Nice job.
Thank you.
Jaaron, you guys getting a shutout for the first time since 2018 as a defense, what did that mean to that unit?
It mean a lot. It's really hard to get a shutout. No matter what team we verse, it could be a team that's not really not competitive, respectfully, but it's really hard to get a shutout. So doing that really was a big one for us.
Coach Laporto talked a lot in the preseason and training camp of, man, we're getting so many hands and fingertips on turnovers, but we're not getting them in training camp. He was a bit exasperated.
Yeah.
You guys are getting a lot of turnovers now. What's led to the change here once the season started? Because you guys are really taking advantage of every opportunity
Yep.
now.
Just putting extra work after practice with the defense. Getting extra catches in, like receivers. We're not really receivers. The ball don't always come to us, but we get extra catches after practice, and I think that's what makes us great every game.
Central Oklahoma is a team that is going to, we think, I guess we don't know, but we think is going to try to run the football.
Yep.
They've had some success on the ground this year. So as you look at what they have been trying to do in their ground game, what are some of the keys that you guys have been focusing on to try to stop their running attack?
Just no missed tackles. You got to wrap up. First guy that shoot it, got to just shoot their shot, and if they miss, our bros are coming to tune to clean up. So that's one thing. The main thing is tackle, wrap up. It's the main thing.
It's maybe one of the keys that's working for the defense so far, early portion of the season.
I think it's just our energy. We really feed off each other. Just having good energy, good pride with each other, encouraging each other every day. So I messed up on little stuff, told them not to stress it off so we could be good in the mental wise. So just feeding off each other energy because push each other every day to make us better.
Off the Blake's question about what Central Oklahoma's going to bring offensively or defensive backs. Maybe what are you looking at? Maybe they're passing attack, or do you just maybe focus on the run, or just kind of what have you maybe seen on film to how are you gonna approach the game Saturday?
Yeah, definitely focus on the run. We're not really worried about the passing coverage because we really got to work on our run. And we also worried about the QB is very mobile, so we got to keep an eye on him. So we got to get that locked up. We should be good.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
When you guys start the season undefeated, you're getting all these big win margins. How do you not get complacent in your success, not get too ahead of yourselves, and still stay humble about it?
Yeah, we try not to stay too much in the media. We try to just worry about ourselves and just get 1% every single day with each other. Just focus on each other.
I know you guys don't pay too much attention to stats if you guys are winning. But I was doing some research on KU last night. Their defense leads the nation in havoc. I don't know if you guys follow that, but it's a defensive statistic that follows tackles for loss and sacks, and pass breakups, and turnovers. You guys follow along any kind of that? Is making big plays a part of the defense? Because it seems like every week you guys are creating turnovers and those big plays.
Yeah, we're really hungry on this side. We see a ball in the air and we think that's ours. Not the receivers. It's really our ball every time. So we just gotta have that mindset every game, and we could continue to be great consistently.
Well, what is it about this group that wants to go out there and shine at the defense?
I feel like we really care for each other. I think that's our edge against everybody else in the league. We really care for each other. We pick each other up if we lacking or anything. So I think our care makes us lock in stronger and make us stronger throughout the game.
All right, Jen, thank you.
talked about
Thank
that
you.
a little bit, but you're a new guy here. How's all that been working, fitting in?
Yeah, me I'm from New York, so it's a long way. The guys made me comfortable here. Right when I got here, I wasn't nervous. They just made me comfortable. It was like I knew them my whole life. So it was just great of them welcoming me here, making me comfortable, getting me know the plays and stuff, the playbook. So that really made me comfortable and makes me trust them and make them trust me.
Difference between Brooklyn and Emporia, Kansas.
It's flat land. I ain't used to the flat land. I ain't used to that at all. I'm not used to
not like buildings every 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not used to the flat land, just looking everywhere. Everything's just flat, but it's pretty cool. I like the sunset. The sunset is beautiful. That's what I like about over here. In the morning, the sunset, the sunrise is beautiful. It's beautiful.
I love it.
Well, Coach, everybody has talked so far about how they've gotten a lot of questions about focus and not overlooking teams, and everybody has said, how focused that they feel the team is. What do you think is the source of that focus that your team has right now?
Well, I think when you have a lot of veterans on the team like we do, I think they understand the importance of not overlooking people, and because they have before. And be quite honest with you, we went down to Edmond last year and laid an egg, and we didn't play very good. And so I know we got a lot of guys on this team. Of course, remember that game. But there's other games too that these guys have been around long enough that they know that if you're not ready to play on a Saturday in the MIAA, you got an opportunity. You can get beat. So, and that's where your leadership comes in.
Broncos have really made an effort to run the football, and they've had quite a bit of success running the football. What's allowed them to be successful in terms of gaining grounds on the yard this year?
Well, they're good up front. I know that Coach Doro coaches the offensive line or helps with it, whatever. I know he does a great job. They have a big quarterback, and last year they ran the football on us, and we had a hard time stopping the run game, especially quarterback run game. So we got to do a good job of tackling. And we did a lot better job stopping the rush last week, but we're going to get put to the test again this week. So it's going to be, we're going to have another opportunity to get better in stopping the run.
And looking at what UCO defensively does, they've got a similar alignment to you guys. Not that there aren't, concepts and the way that you guys do things won't be different, maybe slightly, maybe really different, but how good of a look do you feel like your defense has given your offense in terms of just being ready to play against a base nickel set?
Yeah, that's helped us, especially we do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We call it championship drive, and we do 7 to 8 play drives against our. It's good on good. Then you get your backups, go against backups, and and scout team does a good job, but it's not the same. We just say, listen, run whatever you want to run. We're going to run what we want to run. We're staying up, but we're physical, and we're treating it like a game type, speed. We're just not tackling. So that's helped us. It has, because we're familiar with that.
Coach, I know guys are getting the game, so maybe how goes it to last weekend, some of those other guys into the game in the second half?
Yeah, I think it's real important, especially getting guys, because if I feel like that where we're lacking a little bit of some depth in some areas, and I think that gave us an opportunity to get some of those guys that maybe haven't played very much, that are in a backup role, that are one play away from becoming a starter, us being able to see how those guys play during a game. And what I mean by that is when you're still running a defense like you would call if the game was close. Or it's like when Chase got in the game. I'll use him for an example. We were running our offense. We weren't just running the football to run the clock out. Okay, he started the second half. We ran our offense. So that was good for him to be able to get experience and not just turn around and hand the ball off like that's what I did when I played. Okay, he was able to run it and, again, gain some experience. So it's so vitally important just because this is a physical game that we play. And not everybody is going to be healthy, so there's going to have to be guys step up. So we're able to see some of those guys, and I think a lot of those guys did a really good job. And I think there's still some guys that still have a long ways to go as well.
I know this is its own game, but is there anything maybe you can pull from last year's game against these guys that you could use going into this weekend?
Well, I think what we pull out of that is what I talked about earlier to Blake, was just, hey, being ready to play. And if you're not ready to play, then you can get beat. So that's the thing that I think you pull out of it, and where we didn't do a good job at last year, where we got to be better at. And this year's a totally different game. It's two totally different teams, meaning that I always say that, yeah, there's very similar players on both sides of the football, but still different. Personality-wise, different. Mindset, different. All those things. I don't care whether you've lost, 20 seniors from last year or you lost 5. You are going to be a different team. So all those things are important for us. Is we have to play our brand of football, protect the football, play with pace when we need to, slow it down when we need to, and do a good job, like I said, defensively and keeping everything in front, doing a good job of tackling. You bet.
Coach, we know how emotional the win Northwest was to turn around and to blame Northeast the way that you guys did. How cool was it to see your guys step up even after a big victory?
I thought it was good. I thought that we played the right way. I think coming off that win that we had on the road against Northwest, I was a little bit worried about a letdown. And I thought our guys, we set the tone right off the bat with the big special teams kickoff return, and then I think we scored 2 or 3 plays later. So, and it just kind of continued really throughout the night until the second half. I don't think we scored a touchdown until maybe late in the third quarter or right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. I can't remember, but I do think that us, playing the right way, we held them 3 and out. We did a great job of stopping the run, and we got another turnover there that was huge. We just clicked right off the bat, and that was good to see. And that was a mark of maturity there. But at the same time, maturity is consistency too, right? So we got to have the same type of maturity from here on out.
What's working right with the defense this year that, you guys are holding teams each shutout, I believe, since 2017 last week.
I think shutouts are hard to get, and regardless of whether you're beating a team, badly, we were up 31-0. Well, a lot of times what'll happen is you'll put, your backups in. Even in the fourth quarter, you may put some third-team guys in, and you let somebody score on you. And I know the defensive staff, they don't want to see that, and they want our guys to play with a high level. And that's what I thought was impressive, is even those guys that we got in, those backups you talked about earlier, those guys did a really good job. I think that turnovers have been really huge for us, and the success of where we're at right now. I also think that, there could come a game. We're going to keep trying to get turnovers, but there could come a game where we don't, and we got to continue to play with consistency and do a good job putting them, behind the chains and doing a good job of stopping the run. I think that's going to be a big key. It's not that we're not going to defend the pass, because if you fall asleep, I've done that before too. You fall asleep defending the run, somebody gets back behind you. So we got to be disciplined, and we got to have a lot of self-discipline, and that's where you hope those veterans which we have back in that secondary understand that, which I believe that they do, because they've been playing really well.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Coach, when you're able to put those backups in like you did last week, how cool is it not just getting to see them get reps and stuff, but seeing the veterans get excited for the younger guys and interact with them like that?
I think that is vitally important. I've said this all along about this team, even during training camp, that I feel like, and I think that's been passed on here, to be quite honest with you, where our older guys do a really good job of guiding our younger guys, whether it's just about practice habits or just about, in general, helping them with concepts, okay? For example, Tyler Common, Braden Gleason, those guys come to mind, skill guys that are helping the younger guys with route concepts, and Braden talking to Mason Dennis, our young freshman quarterback, during film about this, that, or the other. I think that starts early, but then you see it in a game where those younger guys are having success, guys that maybe hadn't played very much. And we, like offensively, Coach Cashdahl, our offensive line, offensive coordinator, he had guys stand up in our team, in our offensive meeting, guys that was the first significant playing time in a college game. They've scored their first college touchdown, or they've got their first college start. We had a lot of guys stand up, more than what you would think, but we did. So I think that just goes to show, number one, we got a lot of guys paying attention to our older guys, but also about that team chemistry, about you want guys to be excited. You want them to be excited for their teammates. That's how it should be. Even guys that are, let's say there's guys that are switching, every series, okay, and they're not necessarily, you can say both are starters, but they both support one another. I think that's big, and I think we have that on this team.
Yeah, and looking ahead, what do you tell your team on how to not get complacent in the success, not overlook any opponent just because they're 1-2 and you guys are 3-0?
Well, it's easy this week because all I got to do is put the score on from last year. Okay, and I don't know what their record was at the time, but we just didn't play well. So that's been part of the message, of course. But at the same time, if this team wants to achieve the goals that's put in front of them, that these guys have put in front of themselves, then that's where, again, that leadership is huge. And I tell them it all the time. It's like I say, I can't tell them on a Monday, all right, and hope they're going to remember it all through the week. Now, they might, all right, but I'm going to make sure I tell them every day in some way, some fashion. Sometimes it might be nice. Sometimes it might be with the higher, or my tone of voice might be different, but they will be told.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.